Let me ask you something. Why is it so hard to stay consistent when you're really just trying to become a better version of yourself?
Especially when you know what you're supposed to be doing, but doing it every day is a completely different story.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Room 47 Podcast. This your host, Elijah, and I'm here with my co-host and fiance.
Hey everyone, I'm Naomi, and thank you again for joining us for another conversation here in Room 47.
So in the last episode, we talked about becoming better, mentally and physically.
But today, we're going to get into what it actually feels like trying to live that out every single day.
The ups and the struggles where it's not as easy as it sounds.
So let's get into it. All right, babe, let's chat.
What's up, love? Let's chat. So the first question of the day is going to be consistency and struggle. Why do you think it's so hard for people to stay consistent even when they're trying to change?
That's a good one. I guess the easy answer to that is that, everybody has busy lives. Some of you guys may have kids, and it's easy to say like, okay, I'm going to start fresh next week, right? But I guess like if I related to myself, why is it hard to stay consistent? I do get in my own head a lot at times, and I overthink things. So sometimes I may set unrealistic goals. I'll be like, okay, I need to go to the gym 5 times a week. I got to do this many reps, right? But then I have to remind myself, like, you work a physically demanding job. So you are getting your steps in regardless. So just be a little not so hard on yourself. So that's how I can kind of like relate it to myself.
I would definitely say, most people start off with high expectations when they start something.
Yeah.
And when they realize that they don't receive that instant gratification that they've been expecting to receive, that's when they start to go into doubt and start to overthink. But during that time, I think it's the perfect time to pray for God and ask for clarity.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going to bring it back over to me. I tend to kind of go through that situation because I'm a perfectionist. So sometimes I may overthink things, or I may hesitate on if I should post it or not. Yeah. But I'm just starting to just put it out, because it's all about just putting the reps in and don't really sweat the small stuff. So we're going to move right over to the next question.
Okay, cool. So second question. What's a daily mental battle that you've had to learn to manage while trying to grow?
I would definitely say not to take too many things personal when I see that my work may not get the recognition that I expect for it to get. And I understand that I just have to just keep showing up. So, I just start to just give myself grace. Yeah. I also like to just, take a break, sit back and reflect on why I'm feeling this way and try to figure out the solution on how can I solve that problem. So how is that for you?
I like the reflection part that you mentioned. I think that, that is so important. I think a lot of us maybe don't reflect enough.
Definitely.
And understand your own feelings. So for me, really, a mental battle for the longest that I've had, and some of you may know, is as like a young kid, I wanted to be a doctor, right? But when things didn't go as planned, I was like, oh my gosh, now what, right? Like now what's my journey, right? Yeah. And I came to realize like being successful isn't just a one-way street. Like you can have many different avenues to be successful.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's how it relates to me.
Also, if you guys have any questions on these topics, you can drop the comments within the comment section and let us know. And we would like to definitely talk more on whatever you have to offer us. Now we're going to jump right into the next question. How do you balance becoming better while still enjoying life and not being too hard on yourself?
Yeah. Balance, right? It's difficult to balance. And I think One way is just to kind of give yourself grace, and not be so hard on yourself, right? So I think you need to just kind of, like you said, reflect.
Definitely.
Right? You can still have your goals and have them be achievable without overexerting yourself. Yeah. Also, because it can't be go, go, go. Like, you're gonna have to take a rest too. So
yeah. And I would say, you know, for me, I would say with creating content creation, sometimes you can go through burnout.
Yep.
And sometimes I just have to learn to just sit back and just realize that I'm not missing out if I'm not showing up today.
Yeah.
So I just learned to just kind of like just sit back, give myself grace, like I was saying. And sometimes where I go through those moments where I feel like I'm having burnout, that means that I'm being stretched for something bigger. So I sit back and I try to recreate something better than what I did before that kind of like burnt me out.
Yeah.
You know, especially if I feel like I'm not really getting like the what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like the recognition for it. I'll sit back and I figure out, all right, this time around, we gonna get it right.
Yeah, I love that. And to your point, right? Like you have to have that kind of inner knowing, that inner thing that like makes you aware. Okay, let me take a step back. I've been, here before. I know this feeling.
Yes.
And it's easy. Like, I'm going to overcome it. At the end of the day, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up even on the days when it feels hard.
And the more consistent you are, even in small ways, the more your life starts to change over time.
We appreciate you all for being here with us in Room 47.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode of Room 47 Podcast.